Now, of course, with Honkai Star Rail, there are multiple ways to level up your characters, just like any other Hoyoverse game, and really any RPG for that matter. So today, we are going to be talking about the different ways that you could level up your characters and why it's important to level up these different aspects. But before we do that, what is going on, my dude? It's Natasha here, back again with another Honkai Star Rail video. And of course, if you guys like the content, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of when the next Honkai Star Rail video comes out. And of course, leave a comment about what you thought about today's video. Now, let's go ahead and jump right in. Character progression, right, is very important when you're playing an RPG. And the reason why this is so important is because, again, you don't want to go into harder and more difficult content and then be, you know, wrecked is the best way to put it. So today we're going to be talking about character progression and why it's important. As you can see from this little screenshot here, again, big shout out to pridewin.gg. I've been using this website a lot to kind of get some studying going and to kind of be reinvigorated when it comes to Honkai Star Rail, because I was in the first closed beta, so a lot has kind of changed when it comes to, or a lot has kind of, a good chunk has changed since I was playing the game. So character progression, this is really your character screen, like how we see in, you know, Genshin Impact. And again, for those of you out there, the reason why I say Genshin Impact, because if you're new to this channel, is I am mainly a Genshin Impact streamer slash YouTuber. So I am going to be playing Star Rail because, again, I love the Hoyoverse games. So a lot of my references are going to be towards Genshin Impact. It's not to say that this is more Genshin Impact than anything else. It's just my way of relating it to the audience. So as you can see, we have our little stats on the side right here. It actually is, what's really cool is that you can actually see your HP, attack, defense, normal stuff, but you can actually see your speed, crit rate, and crit damage just from the regular side of things. You could click the more stats button and it's going to show the detailed sheet, just like how you would see in Genshin Impact. Now, upgrading your character in Honkai Star Rail will enhance their combat abilities, which is pretty standard, allowing you to challenge and overcome the more difficult content that the game offers. The main ways for the character to grow stronger are increasing the character level, upgrading the character traces, unlocking character etalons, equipping light cones, and equipping relics. Now, traces and etalons, we will go over a little bit later. We'll kind of breeze over it as we're going through this. I just want to let you know that it's not to say that I don't want to talk about it. It's just more so that's going to be for a different video, because there is a little bit of stuff I want to get into that. Now, traces, really quick, it's a skill tree. That's all you need to know for now until we go into it. But the main focuses are not going to be these two things. Etalons are like constellations. Light cones will be another video as well, because there's a lot to it. I really wanted to get into relics, and the reason why relics are so important is, just like we talked about in the previous video, your character stats are going to pertain to these, you know, artifacts or relics. And I was calling them artifacts in the previous video. They are called relics. But what's really cool, right, is that there are a little bit of changes to these comparatively to the standard Genshin Impact stuff. Now, as you can see in this screen here, there are 6 slots. You get 6 different relic types, which are head, hands, body, feet, necklace, article. Now, those will pertain to certain stats, but we'll get to that here shortly. I really want to tackle this picture because, again, as you can see, it's exactly like you would see in Genshin Impact when it comes to this. And you could also see that these relics will have their own set bonuses. The Musketeer set was actually one that a lot of us in the first closed beta used because it was a decent set. Increases attack by 10%, and the wearer's speed on the 4-piece increases by 6%, and the basic attack damage increases by 10%. So literally you're getting a 20% bonus to attack because you are getting the 4-piece and the 2-piece while also getting a 6% increase to speed. And I have to stress this, speed is incredibly important in this game. So let's go ahead and move on. Relics are the other type of equipment in the game and serve the function of armor and accessories in traditional RPG games. Equipping relics to your character will provide them with a variety of stat increases from HP to attack to speed. Relics will provide your characters with the main bulk of the stat increases. And like I said, we got head, hands, body, feet, necklace, and article. And this actually goes over the stats for each one that you'll get as the main stat. Your head will always be flat HP, your hands will be flat attack, and your body will be flat defense. Pretty standard because as we did in Genshin Impact, again, just comparing, the flower would always be HP flat and your feather would be flat attack. This is the same exact thing except for we got 3 this time and we're getting defense on top of it. So defense will play a little bit of a bigger factor in this game. Feat, you can either get speed, HP percentage, attack percentage, or defense percentage. So not exactly like, you know, the Sands part of it, but it does work in that regard. Now, necklace. This is where it's going to be tricky because we're so used to the, you know, in Genshin Impact, the Sands having energy recharge if your character uses energy recharge, and then your goblet would have the elemental damage bonus. They've combined those into the necklace, so you have to be very careful with what you use. You could either get one of the 7 elemental damage bonuses, you can get energy recharge rate, HP attack, or defense percentage. So pretty standard, except for the fact, like I said, you could get energy restoration, which is the same as energy recharge, with your elemental damage boost. Now, excuse me, you could get these, I believe, on any relic as a side stat. This is the only time where this necklace will give you this as a main stat. So this is going to be extremely rare. Same with the elemental damage boost. So be warned on that. Now, article is exactly like your circlets, but again, it's trickier because you have crit rate, crit damage, effect hit type, effect resistance, outgoing healing bonus, HP attack, and defense. Now, again, this is going to be a lot more trickier when you're building your characters, and the reason being is because, again, you have your effect hit rate, which could be a benefit to your debuffer or your what was it called, your offensive buffer. So you have to be very careful with what you're going with on these builds, and very precise comparatively to Genshin Impact, because at least with Genshin you can have a little bit of leeway on your substats. Not the case here, because you have to be very, very careful. Now, we'll skip down to this because we already kind of know about the elemental damage. Relic substats are randomly generated, but it cannot be the same as the relic's main stat, which is pretty normal. The list of possible substats are flat HP, flat attack, flat defense, HP percentage, attack percentage, defense percentage, crit rate, crit damage, which we kind of already figured, effect hit rate, effect resistance, and speed. So that means you will not get energy recharge rate as a substat. That's crucial because you want to make sure to have a good energy recharge rate. But at the same time, like, you're not going to be if you use energy recharge rate, you're not going to be getting that elemental damage boost, which you can't get as a substat. So it's very crucial, and you have to be very careful because we're so used, like, at least from the Genshin Impact side, using energy recharge as a substat, but we don't get it this time. So you might even say, like, yeah, you could get a high effect hit rate, which means that you go into crit rate and crit damage, but you could also get that too. Same with effect resistance. So the necklace is going to be the most crucial thing, just like the goblet in Genshin Impact, because of the fact that you have to be careful with the substats that you get and to make sure that you capitalize on either what you need, energy restoration, or elemental damage. Sorry. And again, we also have characters that are going to be based off of that are going to scale off certain stats like HP, attack, and defense. So it's the same exact concept. So we got to be very, very careful. Relics that come in sets, and equipping multiple relics from the same set will provide additional bonuses. These set bonuses are generally gained when equipping 2, 4, and 5 piece relics. Now, when you equip the 5 pieces, right? Because there's 6 slots, and if you equip a full set of 5 pieces, which is exactly like, you know, Genshin and Honkai, you have to make sure that you have a set bonus. If you equip all 5, you get all 3 effects. This isn't just a 2 effect thing, it's a 5 effect bonus, depending on the artifacts, or relics in this case. Relics can also be leveled to increase the stat bonuses, which we already kind of do. The maximum level of the relic is determined by its rarity, which ranges from 1 to 5 stars. The higher the rarity of the artifact, the higher the stats will go. Now, I believe it's the same thing as before, where they can go up to 20. So, again, if you're going for those 5-star relics, if you go for those 5-star relics, you will be able to go up to 20, and it's extremely important to get that for your character progression. But yeah, I really wanted to cover that because, again, level is going to take a precedence in this game like none other. Especially if you're used to Hoyoverse games, this is kind of an upgrade on what they used to do when it came to Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact 3rd. So be ready for that as you go and get ready to level up your characters. Now, of course, y'all, that's going to be it for me today. If you guys like the content, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of when the next Honkai Star Rail video comes out. And, of course, leave a comment about what you thought. What is going to be the biggest challenge you think when it comes to character progression? And what do you think is going to take a bigger precedence when it comes to those relics leveling? So I'm very excited because, again, it's going to really rack my brain, and I love RPGs that really make me think about how I want to build my characters. So, again, guys, love you all to death, and as always, we will catch you guys in the next video. Please take care and be safe.